Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today I'm coming to you with another FAQ video. So it's that time again. I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I've gone to my previous FAQ video and I've gone through the comments and I've pulled out a few of them. So the first question is by Female Drummer Girl, and she says, have you ever had to trim your ends while being natural? You do a lot of moisturizing and it looks like you never have to. Just wondering. I think I may have to trim mine, and I think I'm finally 3 inches now. So to answer your question, yes, I do trim my ends. The first time I trimmed my ends, I was probably a little over 7 or 8 months natural. It's not something that I do frequently. I have averaged it out to about twice a year. So I do them based on need, not on a regimen or a schedule. I've gotten my ends trimmed one time by a professional at a salon. It was over the summer. It was actually in August, and I still have to edit that video. Oh my god, I'm so behind. The next question is by the lovely Fifi, and her question is, why do you put an oil on before a moisturizer, such as the SheaMoisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie, instead of the opposite way? So for me, this is my rationale. When you put on your oil and then you put on your moisturizer, you seal in the moisture from the water and you seal in the moisture from your leave-in conditioner. By putting the oil on before the moisturizer, I'm not affecting the formulation of the moisturizer. If you put a moisturizer on and it's one that has ingredients that just really don't mix well with oil, you can essentially change the formulation, thus changing the results you get with the moisturizer and also changing the results you get with your styling product. So for me personally, I've tried both ways. I really like the way my hair feels when I put my oil on after my leave-in conditioner and then I top that with a moisturizer. It just feels a lot better to me. So I recommend you to try that method, see what it feels like, see if there's any difference in how your hair retains its moisture. And if not, if it feels exactly the same to you, then try it, do whatever makes you happy. And if you try it and you absolutely hate it, then I would say go back to putting your moisturizer on and then sealing the oil after. My next question comes from Shar's Mana, and she basically says that she's really excited about my channel. She's new to the natural hair journey. She's learned a lot about her hair. She doesn't really know her hair texture, and some of her friends are natural. She wants to do the same. She wants to know, does she have to do the big chop? So the answer is no, you don't have to do the big chop. The big chop is one of the few ways that you can transition to natural. You can also do a long-term transition where you allow your hair to grow without relaxing it again, and then you trim off your ends slowly throughout the however many months or years you decide you're going to transition. I do prefer the big chop over transitioning, and I know a lot of women who are watching me right now have transitioned and they've gone through that experience, and it's been a joyous one. It has it's rocky, it's difficult, it's challenging, but there are so many women too who have done the big chop, and that experience is one that is not comparable to someone who has transitioned. They're different. They're not the same in any way. People who transition, y'all got a lot of heart, and people who big chop, you have a lot of heart too. But I was a big chopper. I definitely think that big chopping is a great way to just become fully natural right away, get rid of the relaxed ends, begin learning your hair from the very minute that you become natural and you start to learn what it likes, what it needs. You get to experience a lot of things right away when you do the big chop versus transitioning, where it takes a few months before you actually have to worry about the different textures and so on. So I say big chop, but if you're not comfortable with that, then definitely do a transition for long term or short term or however many months you prefer. All right, the next question comes from Ms. Fit for Life SC, and she writes, hey Jenell, this is a question for your next question and answer video, or whenever you get to it. How do you moisturize your mini twists? Thanks, Patty. Well, Patty, moisturizing my mini twists is something that is really super easy. It doesn't take much time at all. I usually start off by misting my hair with the SheaMoisture Thickening Moisture Mist, and then I will take an oil and seal in that, and then I will top it with the smoothie, and just pretty much just spray, rub, oil all over, and then smoothie all over. I typically don't use a leave-in conditioner when my hair is in mini twist to re-moisturize, but when installing them, I use a leave-in conditioner. The next question comes from Be Natural Me, and her question is, do you ever protein treat yourself? If so, how often? So I've never gone into the store and said, hey, I'm gonna go and buy a protein treatment, but I have experimented with deep conditioners that have protein in them, as well as making my own protein treatment in the past. I've made an egg protein treatment with some egg and some coconut oil. It was an interesting experience. I really didn't like the way my hair felt. However, I have used the Organic Root Stimulator hair mayonnaise, and that has vegetable protein as well as egg protein in it, and that is one of my favorite deep conditioners. I absolutely love that deep conditioner, and that would be a lighter form of protein. But typically, no, I don't really do protein treatments. It's not something that's a part of my regimen. And the last question for today's FAQ comes from Loving Naturally. Her question is, how did your husband feel about you doing the big chop when you did it? And how does he feel about your hair now? How does your family, such as your mom and dad, feel about your natural hair? So the first thing is, my husband really didn't know that I was going natural. I mean, he knew that I was going to go natural because I had been talking about it, but he didn't know when I was going to do it. And the night that I big chopped, my husband didn't see me that evening because he was out when I came home, and I had put on my satin bonnet before going to sleep. So that night he didn't know that my hair had been chopped off. The next morning I had to leave out of the house very early to go somewhere. I was going out of town, so he didn't see my hair even then. So he didn't know until almost 2 days later that I had big chopped. When he seen me, he was surprised because, of course, the last time he seen me, my hair didn't look like that, and I hadn't said anything about it. But he was really excited for me because he could see how happy I was. And the one thing that I always remember, what my husband said to me when I said, "Do you like it?" And I was like so nervous, like a little girl. "Do you like it?" He said to me, "Beautiful is beautiful. It doesn't matter how your hair looks." And I was so excited about that. I knew he liked it from that moment. And as far as how does he feel about it now, he loves it. He loves it because he knows that my hair is really important to me. For me, unlike some other people, my hair has turned into a career. So it's not just about me being vain and choosing, you know, a hairstyle and picking products and so on and so forth. It's a lifestyle for me now. My hair is my brand, and I've created a business, literally have created a business. I have a natural hair website that has grown by leaps and bounds from a little mini blog to this big successful business where I can travel all over the country and speak to women and host events and talk about hair care, and come to you ladies here and talk about hair care as well. So he loves it. He loves what it's doing for me as a person, as a professional, and it affords me a lot of opportunities that I never would have been able to have. So yeah, he better love it. Everyone in my family has been really positive and supportive. Not many people said things negative. I think the only person that did say something negative was my brother, who was just being a kidster, just joking, you know. And my father initially said something like, "You look like a man now," but my father tends to say off the wall things all the time. Just has that type of personality. My mother actually has gone natural since I went natural. I went natural in March of 2010, and my mom went natural in April or May. I have several sisters who have gone natural as well. And most of my family who is not natural doesn't, you know, has actually talked about transitioning. So I think that I'm rubbing off on them, all my natural hair talk, and just the ease and the care that I give to my hair. I think they really admire that, because it's just, when you don't know about going natural, you kind of think it's difficult. And while it is difficult and challenging, and very time consuming, it's not impossible. And so I think I help them to see that it's not something that's impossible, that you can do it. And you know, Jenell does it and she's doing a good job with it, and she's here to support you. She'll be, and I'm talking about myself for the third person, and I'll be there to support them if they needed any help. So yeah, my family, they're really supportive. I've been blessed. I can say that I've spoken to many women and have interviewed many women who have not had the same level of support as I have. So it's great to have a support system, that's for sure. All right, loves, that is the FAQ for this month. Please leave your questions below if you have any that you would like to see answered in the next FAQ video. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I put videos out every couple of days, and as always, I love you for watching. Bye.